Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emma Cowan, interviewing Sage Beasley and Martin Vaillancourt, who are going to be the stars in Ward Melville's Young Frankenstein. Okay, so how are you preparing for your characters for Young Frankenstein?
Well, I mean, we have rehearsal every day, so
Well, like,
that's.
what
but
are you
personally.
doing, like, for your characters who, like, well, describe your characters first.
Okay, so I play Dr. Frankenstein in the beginning, and he's a dynamic character. And in the beginning of the show, he's very reserved, and he's like denying his family title of Frankenstein because he doesn't want to be associated with the monster and all the stuff that went down. And in the end, he transitions and falling back into that groove, and he sees his family's perspective on it. So, how am I preparing for that? Well, I don't have a lot of personal experiences I can draw on to get it, so mostly in rehearsal, I'm just trying to figure out something. It's like me denying something that I know to be true. So I try to draw. I mean, I have a couple of those. So I try to draw on that to get my character. You know.
So I play the monster, who's created by Mr. Beasley right here.
You have a lot of experience with that.
Okay. So basically, he's just like this huge dude who's kind of lacks a lot of basic motor skills. So I just kind of like, in order to prepare for that, I just kind of put myself in the mindset of a young toddler, basically, and just kind of do what a toddler would do, except in very large stature.
Okay. And how is this like different from preparing for Grease last year, which they're obviously very different characters. So like, how is it different?
Grease last year, it was the cool guys, and now this is a much more reserved professor. But I'm, at least in the beginning of the play, I'm very like passionate, and I want to teach people and want to get them excited about something. And so in the sense, it's actually very similar to The Music Man, which I did in 9th grade, which was just trying to sell this whole town and hey, buy instruments. And this is like, hey, learn about the brain. It's like, oh, I love it. And so it's got that same parallel, which is interesting. But in terms of, it's just a completely different style of character than in Grease last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grease was very like fitting because it was all about high school. We were all about we were in high school, so it was all like,
This is not high school.
oh my God, it's us. We're from the 50s and 60s, but now we're in Transylvania, which is some
Ooh.
Eastern European country or wherever, and so it's a different feel, the whole show.
And have you watched like the movie?
Oh yeah, we all
was mandatory.
we watched it as a big cast in the auditorium.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I fell asleep.
Okay. So you guys are seniors, right? This is your
Senior.
last. It's like your last play. How do you feel about that?
Bittersweet.
It's gonna be satisfying.
I feel like everything's sort of been building up to this because you go through high school knowing, oh, well, I've got a kind of small part this year. But
Even in junior high, you start,
junior high too, exactly.
start all the way back in 7th grade.
So,
and
but
then
you always,
you work your way up.
but you're looking at the senior like, oh, someday I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna get a really good part, and it happened. So it's like, yay! But then also knowing it's your last one it's the end of the process. It's.
I think we can't really say for sure, but by the time we get to take those last bows, we'll know that was just nice.
But it's also like this isn't the last theater experience we can do. In college, we're going to continue probably. And I know I will. So this is just setting the stage, if you will, for the future.
God.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Are you excited to be your character?
Yes.
Is there any like particular reason like you're excited for that character?
Well.
I'm gonna say that the monster is probably the most unique character, but it's.
Do you think that's harder, or do you think that's easier?
It's. I don't know if it's really a matter of difficulty more. It's just different. It's
Yeah.
just very, It's like, ooh, I get to, unlock this part, of me, I guess, differently than I did any other role before. Which is, so I played the dog, so they're.
Beauty and the Beast, everyone, if you don't know.
I played a footstool.
Oh, you played the footstool?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah.
that.
So it's definitely unique and fun.
Okay. So apparently you're not really allowed to describe your costume.
Well, I can talk about mine.
Okay.
Mine's gonna be a bit of a surprise.
So I'm just wearing general formal attire of the era, and then at some point I have a trench coat because it's raining. But it's
you're wearing like a tux the entire time, or
not a tux, but an older suit. Because I'm a professor. I'm a professor from like the 30s or 40s. Is it? I mean, it's early 90s, something like that.
Early 90s. 1990s.
Oh yeah, no, not 90s. Yeah. The other one, 900s. Yeah.
Do you have any way of like getting pumped for the shows, or like
Oh,
from like past
boy.
experience, or like?
I mean,
well, the name of the show.
Can we talk about this? You can go for it. Go for it.
I think just what the guys do is like while we're getting dressed and everything, there's nothing like, blasting "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen. There's just that certain feel and energy that we all get. That's just like, oh baby, let's do it. Let's do this.
I thought you were going to talk about guy things.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Okay, yeah.
But-
That's yeah.
But yeah, we do like to pump ourselves up,
But I think the pumping up also, it sort of happens on its own.
Yeah.
Because, you've been working for this for months, and then, here it is, and it's like,
Yeah, once you see people in the audience, you're kind of like, ooh,
Yeah.
oh boy. Yeah.
And what is it like, like behind the curtain? Like either getting ready for the show or like while the show is going on? Like this is more like past experience, just like being backstage and being like, whoa,
Whoa.
I feel like backstage during the show, like during a real performance, you're very like kind of focused on where you need to be. You're like, okay, what's next? What's going to happen? What do I need for this next scene? And everything. So you really, because you don't want to forget anything, because then it could ruin the whole scene. So I feel like a lot of the time is spent preparing for your next entrance and really making sure you have everything down.
And I think the biggest part of the nerves, actually, in the show is not going on stage. For me, it's always been, oh my gosh, am I going to get changed fast enough in my backstage time that I'm going to make it to my scene, or am I going to miss it and totally embarrass myself? And that's always been the biggest stress. So I'm happy. I don't think I have many really crazy big changes backstage to the show, which is great. So, but as Martin said, yeah, the general air is focused. It's not so much during rehearsals, although Mrs. Contino would like it.
Rehearsals are more beautiful.
Rehearsals, everyone's just sort of talking, and she's like, quiet! Yeah.
Okay, so obviously play season, like that's a thing where like you have rehearsals every day after school. Like, how do you balance that and like work and other stuff and like everything you do? Does it get really stressful?
Yeah.
Especially now, yeah.
Yeah.
The combination of the show, keeping your grades up, college applications, kind of a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Perfect storm.
It's pretty bad. But that, come December, right after then you'll have this huge catharsis and it'll be awesome and totally worth every minute.
People involved in sports have a similar push too, as well, because I know a lot of people that do running, and that's frequently after school. And
You guys don't do sports ever.
you can't do sports in the show.
Sports all.
Because that's all at like the exact same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so could you just like maybe quickly go over the play, like what happens in the play?
Okay.
Well, all right. So it opens on. Okay, gosh, how do I do it quickly? Okay, I feel like
Should we do a quick
Do
rundown.
it like-
quick rundown.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Okay.
Do it in like one sentence or something.
You want to alternate one sentence?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
I feel like we should just give a one sentence synopsis.
Okay, wait, hold on. No, but like I want to find like a really perfect one sentence. Like, New York professor rediscovers the desire
work of
to
his
destroy,
grandfather.
to create a monster, to create life from death.
And make a good monster.
Make a good monster.
Not a bad
But see,
That's kind of basically what it
Mhm.
is. He doesn't want to, but then
He does.
He gets interested after a certain turn of events.
Does he make? Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't ask.
does it mean?
He
Does
makes
he make a
me.
good monster? Or
Well,
are
I
you a
mean,
good monster? or
You'll
bad
find
monster?
out if you
Alright.
come see the show.
Argue. I mean, depends who you ask.
But yeah.
Which character is your favorite character? Maybe like you could say your own character, but do you have a character besides your own character that you love?
Franklin.
See, I think Igor is the easy answer, but I really appreciate.
I think Ziggy.
Oh, Ziggy.
Ziggy is the
that-
town floozy.
It's the Sarah Whalen.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Sarah Whalen's role. And she just nails it every time. She's
Oh.
yeah, she's supposed to be very flirtatious.
Flirtatious.
And,
But she picks a very fun voice.
she
for
picks a
it.
very interesting voice, and it's just gets me every time.
I'm a fan of Frau Blucher,
Oh, yeah, she's
the
great.
housekeeper. She has a whole number all about her well, should I say, yeah. She dated my grandfather, Victor von Frankenstein, who
Who's
died.
the OG Frankenstein?
He's the OG. He's the
It's
OG.
like what the show's like, you know, the book is
And
about.
she has this whole number recounting her sexual adventures with, you know,
So
Age.
maybe it's not for
grandpa.
kids.
Oh no, there
Well,
should be a
well,
parental warning.
It's,
Okay.
it's all in
PG-13.
innuendo, though.
Okay.
So, she describes a game of croquet. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I won't spoil it.
Use
So-
your imagination.
At like what point do you have your lines and the music and everything memorized?
Roughly now.
It should be before you even start the show.
Before you start.
How long have you been working on it?
I can pull up my calendar. Yes, since we got the scripts, when was that?
That was like about a week after it was cast. Or no, it was, yeah,
No, about a week after it was cast, which was
early September.
early September.
Second
Okay.
week in September.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about being in the play?
Probably the friends.
Probably the grueling hours of work. No, the friends. You know.
The friends. It's, you know, you share all these experiences that you wouldn't want to do with anybody else. It just really solidifies your friendship and everything. So that's always fun.
Yeah, and what part is not great or could you live without? The grueling hours?
The grueling hours. Yeah. I mean,
No, I think
you can't go without it though.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do the
It's all
play.
part of the magic.
Right. Exactly.
I think some things that really bother me are, you know, if we do like the same thing over and over again, and people really aren't, you know, paying attention to what needs to be done, and it's kind of useless to be like, because some people really know what they're doing. It's great seeing these people who are super in it, and seeing these people who are like totally in character, and you see other people who are not so much, and then you kind of you feel frustrated.
And that's the problem you have with a whole bunch of things other than the play as well. It's the same with like
Yeah.
classes, the same with like sports, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you know, pull your weight.
Yeah. Is there a certain musical that you've always wanted to be in? Like,
West Side Story.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who would you play?
I really want to play Riff, who's
I
like
could see that,
one
yeah.
of the Jets, and it's just such a fun show. Really, music's great,
It is.
dancing's great, great plot,
Brings
damn straight.
Well, so so the thing with me is I don't know a ton of musicals. I haven't even seen West Side Story. I haven't seen Les Mis. Like I don't know any of these things, and I learn them usually by doing them. So I don't have any final aspirations. You know, but I'm happy to learn by doing. My family's just not as into it. So usually I have to discover these things on my own time, and the best way to do that is through doing a musical at school.
Yeah.
So
Well, then what's the favorite one? What's your favorite of all the ones that you've done?
currently it's got to be the Music Man. But to be fair, I haven't lived this one through all the way yet, so could change.
Have you ever read the actual book Frankenstein by Mary Shelley?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to or no?
I've heard it's really good. I've heard Gabe says it's phenomenal.
I've heard it's interesting. I've heard like a portion of it isn't even about like Frankenstein or the monster. It's just like he goes on like a trip or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know how like he would hug people to death. So it's
Yeah.
pretty badass.
So far, how do you think the play is coming along?
It's in pretty good shape.
So
It's-
far, so
it's in
good,
better
yeah.
shape than I think it was last year.
And it's in
Greece,
December.
yeah.
you said, right?
Yeah, it's in
Mhm.
December. It seems like everything's in place, and we just have to refine it.
I know
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, Spencer Rosner didn't have his lines down until like a couple until like just before the show. I mean, also okay, Music Man, me too. I barely had my lines until right before we went. So I feel more confident in where we are now than where I've been in a lot of the other shows. So it's pretty good.
Are you guys rehearsing with the pit yet, or no?
I think today is the first day.
Today? No,
Oh,
no, next week, Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
Monday. Yep.
And why do you keep doing this each year?
It's a part of who I am. I feel like I can't go without it, and that's the circle that I've chosen to stick with, and I couldn't just leave that behind. So
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the thrill of performance, but also the memories you have of your friends, working hard to make this special project come to life, and really put a lot of your effort and time and energy, blood, sweat, tears, all into it, and it's always so satisfying when you take those last bows. So that's what I look for.
Okay, do you guys want to say anything else before we finish?
comes to young Frankenstein to superintend?
I enjoy Italian food.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.